Welcome, everybody, to today's episode of the Daily Packers Post. I'm Gil Martin. So glad you could join us today. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. We have new videos dropping every day, Monday through Friday, going in depth on your Green Bay Packers. Today, we're going to discuss 5 players on the Packers who helped themselves the most in the preseason. And look, let's face it, wins and losses are not the important thing in the preseason. It's finding out which players are good enough to make your roster, good enough to win starting jobs, guys who took a step forward in the offseason. So here are 5 players who helped themselves the most in the preseason. Now, that doesn't mean if you're not on this list, you didn't help yourself in the preseason. And it also doesn't guarantee a starting job or even a roster spot for all of these players. But these are guys that by the end of the preseason and training camp put themselves in a better position than they were before by a substantial amount. Coming in at number 5, cornerback Kalen King. King, a 7th-round pick by the Packers a year ago, spent the entire year on the practice squad. And you know, the thing about Kalen King, before his final year at Penn State, a lot of people thought he could be a day 1 or day 2 draft pick, and he ended up falling to one of the last picks in the 7th round. Hasn't played a snap in the NFL yet in a game during the regular season, and yet he really took a step forward in preseason, really showed that he could play both the boundary and the slot after Nate Hobbs went down. He recovered a fumble in the game against the Seahawks, and he's gone from a long shot to make the roster to a player who probably will make the team, and if not, will certainly be on the practice squad again. Here's a guy who seems to have gotten his confidence back and lifted his game accordingly. Coming in at number 4, cornerback Bo Melton. And look, it is not easy to change from wide receiver, where Melton played the last 2 years, to cornerback. I mean, here's a guy who made this transition during OTAs a few months ago, and he's competing against guys who have been playing cornerback for years. Melton apparently played a little cornerback his freshman year at Rutgers, but it's been a long time, and he certainly hasn't played it at the NFL level. And yet, through hard work and dedication, he has really looked the part. He doesn't look out of place. I can't say he's ready to be a Pro Bowl performer by any stretch of the imagination, but when you add his work ethic, his intelligence, his ability to play special teams, the fact that you could still have him play a little receiver if you need to, and the fact that he has looked decent enough at cornerback to earn more chances, I think Melton makes this roster, and he surprised a lot of people by his strong play in the preseason after making a difficult position switch. Coming in at number 3, linebacker Tyron Hopper. Hopper played in all 17 games as a rookie. He was a 3rd-round pick by the Packers a year ago, but only 18 snaps all season in 17 games on defense. 18 snaps, that's 1 snap per game. All the rest of his action coming on special teams. Here's a guy with the speed and athleticism that made Brian Gutekunst pick him on day 2, 3rd round, but he just didn't seem to grasp the defense as a rookie. And there was even some buzz after the Packers signed Isaiah Simmons as a free agent during the offseason that, you know, maybe that's a sign Hopper may not even make the team in his 2nd year. Well, he has really done a better job this preseason. He seems a lot more comfortable in the scheme. He's making tackles, and he even has been wearing the green dot on his helmet, playing with the 2nd string defense in preseason. So he's been calling the defensive signals. Not likely Hopper starts week 1, but he seems to be carving out a role on the defense, and that role could grow as the season goes on, whether it's because of injury or whether Hopper continues to show more progress. So big step forward for Tyron Hopper. Coming in at number 2, 1st-round pick, wide receiver Matthew Golden. Look, the Packers haven't selected a wide receiver in the draft since 2002, and now they go with Golden this year. And look, the Packers went into this draft saying, hey, we need a number one receiver, a go-to guy, and they hope Golden will fill that role. The big question is, how long will it take him to get there? Well, in the preseason, he's done everything that was asked of him. Great catch against Seattle. Had a contested catch and drew a pass interference penalty and 2 targets against Pro Bowl cornerback Sauce Gardner of the Jets in the first preseason game. All throughout training camp, Golden has been making plays and turning heads. Look for Golden to be a starter, and I think by the end of the season, he very well could be wide receiver 1 on this team, and I wouldn't be shocked if Matthew Golden leads the team in catches this year. Still going to be, pass catching by committee, but I think Golden will be the first among equals by the end of this season, and maybe even the go-to guy by far by next year. And coming in at number 1, offensive lineman Jordan Morgan. Morgan only played 6 games last year as a rookie, played left tackle in college, was competing at both left tackle and right guard at OTAs in 2024. But by the time training camp came, he was battling Sean Ryan for the right guard job. Didn't win the job, but did rotate in for several series a game. And then the injuries cut his season short. Well, this year, he's been competing with Rasheed Walker at tackle. He's been competing with Ryan at guard. And then when Aaron Banks went down with an injury, instead of right guard, they've slotted Jordan Morgan in at left guard. And if Banks' back continues to act up, Morgan may even start week 1 as the team's left guard. So whether he starts or not, Morgan has definitely shown a lot more now than he did a year ago. And I think he'll definitely be starting by next season. And this year, he may be the first guy off the bench at every position except center. So let us know what you think about this list. If there's any players you feel definitely deserve to be on this list but wasn't, feel free to comment below. I always welcome and answer all comments. Check out our website at thepackerspost.com, where we post in-depth articles on the Packers 6 days a week. Here on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe to the Daily Packers Post so you never miss an episode. I'm Gil Martin. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. And of course, go Pack Go.